government's going to say, you know what, we're going to do something about this. We're going to slow this pace of immigrants coming in. Take a look at this pie graph right here, or pie chart right here. In red, these are immigrants that the traditional American culture says is the right kind. These are people that are British and French and Northern German. They have similar cultures. A lot of them speak English. It's what people are familiar with, like white male society. Over time, during the Second Industrial Revolution, that number dramatically shifts, so that by 1900 to 1910, when the Second Industrial Revolution, the Gilded Age, is coming to an end, it's primarily immigrants from South and Eastern Europe that are coming to America. And that's what's getting people really upset about this, because they're really saying, look at all this dramatic and fast change happening to our cities. We're hearing different languages, seeing different things. This isn't America that these people knew. This is some different America, and it's making people scared. It's making them afraid. Continues all the way up to the 1920s. And our government's going to say, oh my gosh, we gotta, we need to defend traditional American culture from these crazy Eastern and Southern Europeans who just do things differently. They don't like the fact that they're Jewish or Catholic, that they're Russian, Polish, whatever. So this fear of the immigrant is going to lead to a couple of new laws being passed. Laws that are important because they're, for the first time ever, America establishes something called a quota. A specific number of immigrants allowed to come to our country based on where you live and what your ethnicity is. If you are from Western Europe, British, French, Northern German, Northern Europe, Scandinavia, you're good to go. You can come back. You can come into our country. If you're from Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, we're not going to welcome you in, because what it says is we're only going to allow you in 3% of the total number of people already here. So if there's 30 people here in America that are British, we're going to allow only 3% of whatever group to come in next year, of that number to come in. If there's only 10% Italians, then 10 Italians and only 3% of that number can come in. So the goal is to try and massage the numbers, to shift the culture, to encourage immigration from Northern and Western Europe again, so that we have fewer people coming from Eastern and Southern Europe. And it works. They're able to, by using the laws, change who comes to our country. Take a look, right? You can see over here, just to the right of my ear, 1921 to 1930, thanks to the National Origins Act, thanks to the Emergency Quota Act, all of a sudden, immigrants from North and Western Europe are coming in here faster than immigrants are coming to America from Eastern and Southern Europe. So it's a strategy that pays off for them. But there's another question you have to ask, which is, what about all these people that work cheap, right? All these immigrants that are in our factories working for cheap? Well, where are we going to get all those workers from? So what our country does is it passes the National Origins Act, and it says there's going to be a group of immigrants exempt from this whole process of national origins, Latinos. And what we're saying is, if you're from Mexico, come on in, baby. You want those jobs? Come on in. We can replace these Eastern and Southern European people with Mexicans. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no problem. So we see a huge wave of immigrants from Mexico to kind of fill the void of those immigrants that have gone from Eastern and Southern Europe. The last group that we want to take a look at are people that also think they are out to defend America. And these are people that are embracing hatred. Fear leads to anger, right? That's what Yoda says. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. That fear of the immigrant emerges as anger. Anger at anyone who might be an immigrant. Catholic, Jew, African American. Anyone that might be un-American. So the Ku Klux Klan's message of white Protestant America, keep things the way they used to be, really resonates with average Americans. Membership soars in the 1920s. And this is typical when there is economic trouble, when there is instability. Fear of change usually promotes people who kind of had an advantage in the past, white people, to really say, we're going to fight to keep our privilege. Ku Klux Klan membership goes nationwide, all 50 states, from Hawaii to Maine, and the membership soars to 4 million, way more than what it had ever been previously. It's an influential group of people nationwide. There's even talk about a Ku Klux Klan member running for president during this time. That's how influential they are.